Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another session of our Vimlike editor in Rust. Today, I want to do something that I've been meaning to do for a while, and I did some experimentation yesterday and this morning, which is basically adding some buffering in a way to achieve a better performance when writing to the screen. But before that, I did a couple of things yesterday that I don't remember, to be honest. Let me see. Theme and simple key mapping on config, fix gutter on empty lines, handle nested key mappings. I think I know what it is. I think we didn't have the ability to run. I think where we stopped is that we didn't have the ability to run nested commands, but now we can. Like I can do GG, and you can see that when I type G, my cursor goes to this underline kind of deal, and then I press G again, and this is, and then the action is executed. And this is actually done from config.toml. You can see that the G command is a nested command, and then the second command is G as well, and then we move to top. And the way I handled this was on the editor. If we have a nested command, I set waiting key action to this key action.nested, and then I check this on the handle event, basically on our event handler. And if there is a key action waiting, we call handle waiting command that basically is going to only wait for the key mappings that we have inside of that TOML table that you saw there. So basically, this is the only command it's going to recognize. And then if I do G and I do something else, it's not going to do anything because it doesn't recognize the command, right? So let me bring up keycaster. And then if I do G, O, so I don't know where, this is logging elsewhere. Hold on. Here you go. So if I do G and then K, for instance, that isn't a valid command, it's not going to do anything, right? Hopefully that makes sense. This is basically what we did. And then today we're going to start working on this buffering strategy. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let me bring editor. And the first thing that I want to do, I think, is rename the buffer that holds the current buffer of the file ready to, I want to call this current buffer, because eventually we're going to have multiple buffers and we'll be able to toggle between them, right? And I really want to use buffer for our real rendering buffer, if you will, right? We're going to write stuff to this rendering buffer, and then we're going to flush the rendering buffer every time we need to, right? And then the idea after that is to do some diff and only render the difference between the current buffer and what we're trying to write, okay? All right, so let's rename this guy to current buffer, like that. And I think I'm on JavaScript. Current buffer. Here we go. And then let's start a buffer. And the buffer is going to be a vector of cells. And basically a cell is going to be this. It's going to hold a character style, but also I think the X and Y position. No, because that's going to be here, right? Is that, hold on, let me think. I think we don't need X and Y because this is going to be contiguous, right? So if you have, let's say you had a 100 by 100 terminal screen, this thing would have, 10 by 10, it would have 100 cells. And then the position within the buffer tells what's the X and what's the Y. So let's do that, derive. No, we don't need to derive anything at this point. We can do that later. All right, and now let's initialize this here. Buffer is gonna be a vec, like that. Okay, and now let's see. Let's go to our draw viewport. We have this print char. And then when we do, instead of, hold on, let's see what we do here. We do to content style, and then we have content style, then we move to X and Y, and then we print the styled content. This is not what I think we should do now. Hold on. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a set. So yeah, I think we're gonna need an intermediary structure for our buffer, right? Because basically this buffer, yeah. So this can't be like a vector of cells only. We'll have to have a struct, which is our render buffer. And then this is gonna have buffer width and height. Thinking, buffer. I think that's fine. I'm just thinking that this has to always have the same size and width time height. So let's do a new. Yeah, let's call this cells. Implement render buffer. Function new width, usize, height, usize. And then this returns a self. Oh, and then instead of doing, let me turn off Copilot here. And then instead of having this style.default, we're going to pass in a default style as a style. And then here, style is going to be the default style. Like that. Editor cell clone is not. Okay, let's annotate it with clone. Then this is going to be the cells with height, like that. Okay, do we have any issues? No. Okay, and now we need a method here to set a character on the buffer, on the position X, Y, and then the character and the style. Right? And then we need to calculate the position on which we have to set it. So let position is going to be y times self.width plus x. Is that right? I think it is. We'll test it. Like that. Cannot multiply usize. So this is U16. Now we're going to do usize for all of these things. Like that. Let me take out this. Okay, then we no longer need missing field height. Here, like that, perfect. And then set char is going to be this. And then we're going to do self dot cells dot borrow mute. No. How do we set a value on set? Forgot how you do this. Let me Google. Why? Hold on. I think something's happening with my screen because oh, I'm on full screen here. That's why. There we go. So let's do set a vec position rust. We have insert. Hold on. Let's go back there. Rust vec. We have insert. Do we have size retain? Set a value of vec by position. Oh my God, I blanked out on this. Slice mute. Get mute, yes. Get mute pause. So, do we have a replace? Replace. Swap remove. So we have swap remove, removes an element for the vector and returns it. Creates a splicing iterator that replaces, no. I'm wondering if I should use, oh my God, this is way simpler, right? If this is mutable, we can just do self.cells pause equals to cell C, and style is, we don't need to set it like this. Okay. And then we're setting the character to this. So let's see here. So set render draw viewport, and then we are doing print char. And then here, instead of doing this, what we're going to do is we have the style. We're going to do self.buffer.set. Is that wrong? X, Y, C style. I thought that was it, thinking. So let's see what buffer is. Buffer is a vector of cells. Oh, that's the problem. We need to make this our render buffer. Like that. And then print char buffer. What was it? Set char. So set char. Oh, X and Y are use sizes. We use 16, so as use size, as use size, like that. And then we don't need to handle failures anymore. What did I do wrong? So you have style. Oh, style. Let's make this a borrow as well. Like this. And let's clone this. There we go. So let's find set char again. Expected result. Yes, we don't no longer want to have a result. Oops. Perfect. What? Did I just delete everything I did? I think so. Okay, we're back. So here we need to go there, delete until this. Here we do style borrow. And I think I undid. No, that's correct. So what's the issue here? So this takes X, Y, C, and style. Oh, this is a content style? Oh, that's right. Because we yeah, that was a mistake. So we no longer need to do this. I don't, man. Okay, perfect. So I'm wondering, do we even need print char anymore? Thinking. I don't think we do. I think we can do, instead of, yeah, just to have like a maybe yeah, maybe just to dispatch it to our buffer. But I mean, in the future, we can even remove it. I don't see a problem. Right? Okay. Now, the other thing that I think draw viewport does is, okay, so we no longer need those guys. Okay, let's take a look at fill line. Yeah, so fill line here, it also uses std out. So instead of doing that, let's do the same thing here. Let's make it no longer return a failure. And then we're going to do with, yes, this is the line fill. And we know the style. So basically, all we need to do is, oh, we need to self.buffer.set chars, I think. And then X, Y, line fill, and then style. This way, yeah, we no longer need to worry about style content here. And then let's create set char. So let's go to set char. Let's do function set chars, mutable self, x usize, y. Do we need, yeah, I think, yes, we do. Usize, I was thinking if we are setting just the line, but no, we're setting a string on an arbitrary position. And then our string, and then the style is gonna be style. So then let pause equals y times self.width times plus x, and then self.cells, no, for c in s dot chars, self.set char, pause, yeah, we can enumerate this guy, enumerate, and then here we can do the index and c, so we can set char pause plus y, self.cells pause plus y equals cell c, and then style clone, like that. Then what's the issue? Set chars, consider borrowing here, yes, like that. And then, you know what, I'm thinking of making this a usize and this a usize as well. So like that. Then what is this complaining about now? Saturating sub. I take this as usize. Self v width. This is a U16, and you know what? I'm gonna make everything usizes now. What is the name of the theme? Oh, this theme is Catpuccine. Let me double check, hold on. Theme, Catpuccine, and I'm using the Frappe variant. So Catpuccine Neovem. This guy here. Let me put it on chat for you. There. All right, so continuing here, let's make this guy usize. This guy's gonna be usize as well. And then we're gonna have to do as usize. Same thing here. Okay. What is the problem here? Expected render buffer, yeah. So here we're gonna have to do, let's keep the buffer, yeah, let's rename buffer to current buffer. So here, current buffer. This guy, no problem, Anime, and thanks for joining, by the way. And then the buffer is gonna be buffer, new. Oh, it's a rendering buffer. Let me see. Already forgot the name that I gave this, rendering buffer, render buffer. Render buffer. New. So we need the width, the height, and the default style. So width is gonna be, oh, we need to grab this guy. So before this, let's do let size equals terminal size. And then here we don't need this anymore. And then width, sorry, not this. Width is gonna be size.0 as usize, size.1 as usize, like that. What else do we need? And then we need the default style. Do we have the theme? We do. This is gonna be default style, like that. And then we're gonna extract the default style. It's gonna be theme.style. That's it. And then vx is not buffer.len anymore. It's gonna be current buffer.len. And then we create our render buffer here and we pass it on. Okay, perfect. What else do we have to fix? Let's see. Here, print char. Yes, because x and y, vx. Vx, we're gonna make it usize. And then we're probably gonna have a problem here, current buffer len. Let's take out those usize C16s here. Perfect. What else? Let's just comment this. We're planning on not using this anymore. So let's just do a to-do for now. And yes, this is going to be needed as well. Okay. What else? Fuel line doesn't need this anymore. Same here. And there we go. Oh my God, now CX is usize. Oh no, CX and then self-width is, okay, you know what? Let's make everything usize. I'm tired of U16s. Perfect. Let's see what else is complaining. Self viewport line, go definition, usize, like that. Line length, usize. Like that. Yeah, buffer len. This is already a usize, so we're going to simplify this. Like that. And then we don't no longer need this. Oops. Like that. Remove char at. No longer U16. Usize. What else? Insert. Here as well. Okay. We have one more. Yes, we no longer need to do this crazy conversion here. Delete to this, delete to this. All right, we have more. Let me see. Partially moved theme. Yes, because we're trying to get the style. Let's do clone here. I think that's totally fine. Okay, good. So now what I want to do is I wanted to do some tests for the render buffer. Let's do that. So config test, mod test, and then use super everything, test. Let me see something here. What's name runs? Okay, so I think we need to update this. Let's see, update. By the way, I wrote this little NeoVim plugin called Runst. If you go to GitHub, coder sauce, runst.nvim, basically this allows you to run the test under the cursor, running liter TT. And then if you want to rerun the same test, you just do liter TL. So it's easier to rerun the test multiple times. And I was updating this just now. This way, let's say if we have a test here, let's call it test. Let me actually make this larger. And then let's, oops, sorry. Let's split this. Let's go to render buffer. Is it not render buffer? It is. Let's test render buffer. So we need to first test set char. Set char. And then let's say that all this test does is do a println here, right? Like that. I actually redefined the key to be liter y. And then you can see that it executes the test under cursor. And then it gives you this indication. And you can easily close it with a liter TC. So if I go back. Oh, man. Hold on. Why? Yeah, I don't know why. But it's not showing the window now that it's maximized. Let me see if I can figure this out here. No. Yeah, I never figured out how to do this. Like, I'm trying to go back to... Let me actually do something. Hold on. Let me close this. What happens if I go back now? Go figure. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, I can run this. My hotkey is space Y, lead Y. So if I do now liter TC, oh, I have T mapped. So let me remap everything here. Hold on. Let's go to key map. What do I have in liter T? it's not here. So let's do this, liter t. Oh, I have this, but let's comment this out for now. I barely use this. And then runst. Yeah, let's comment this as well. And if we go back here and do lazy reload runst, like that. Yeah, I think I will need to quit and then enter again. Here we go. And then if I do, and Keycaster stopped working. Nice. What about now? Nope. Now it's back. Okay. All right, so going back to where we were, if I do lead t, liter tt, it runs the test. And if I do liter tc, it closes the test buffer. And if I go somewhere else, right, let's say I'm here and I do liter tl, it's going to rerun the last test. So, and it's very early stages. It just runs the test if the test is obvious and not nested, not an integration test. But with time, I want to make this a little nicer. Let me know if you would like to use something like this. For me, it's very useful. All right, so let's go back to what we were doing. I want to go to render buffer, and we were going to start testing setchar, right? So let's say let buffer equals to render buffer new 10 by 10 with the default style. And then let's do this, but I want to do with a different style. Let's do this style. I think the best way to do it is style. Background, yeah, let's do this. We don't have underline though. Consider borrowing here, yes. So there we go. So now let's do this. If the character is A. Let's run this test. What's the issue here? Let's see. Mute buffer, makes sense. There we go. And then it passes. But we do have something, two content styles never used. We're going to use that soon. Okay, that's a very basic test. Let's see what happens if we try to write outside the buffer. Char outside buffer. And then let's say we have something that is like 2 by 2. And we want to put something on. So if it's 2 by 2, we only have 0 and 1, right? So let's do this 2 and 2. Let's see what happens. I'm sure this is going to panic. Yep, the len is 4, but the index is 4. So yeah, if we set something outside the buffer, we need to just ignore it for now. Or maybe assert. Let's see, set char. Out of bounds, like that. Out of bounds, yeah. How can I assert that something panics? Testing panics. Should panic. That's it. Out of bounds. Okay, this passes now. Good. Now let's test the set chars, which I think, yeah, I'm going to rename this to set string. Set text. And this is our text. Perfect. Let's do test set text. And then we're going to do this thing here. And then let's set text add to hello world. Let's make this bigger, and then later on we can see what happens. Yeah, so we can do like 3 by 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that should be inbounds. Now let's see, buffer.cells, let start equals, yes, so 2 equals 2 times 3, which is our row, plus 2. So start should be H. That, let's test this. But it's not. It's a space. So let's see what we have. Buffer equals buffer. Let's go to render buffer. Let's make this derive debug. Let's rerun the last test. So TA. Not TA. TL. Oh, render buffer. Cell is not debug. Now it is. Run last test. Still failed. Let's take a look here. So 1, 2. It's better if we do this here. It's going to be easier to see. Maybe not. We'll see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? Why position 10 as a... Yeah, we definitely did something wrong. Yeah, I did pos +1, which I think is fine. So let's see. Set text. Position is Y times width plus X. That's fine. Position +1. Has to be plus Y. TL. Okay, now it passes. Glad I tested this. So this is E, this is L, L, O, comma, space. World, then exclamation, like this. Vim increment digit add cursor. Control A. No, I reassigned Control A. Okay. Too bad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then 11. Let's see. Okay. Expected space got a... Oh, yeah. I messed it up. So this becomes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is a space like that. It still fails. Yeah, this is lower W, like that. And now it passes. Good. We don't have to print this anymore. And let's just make sure that one of the things, the style is correct. Assert EQ buffer dot cells, not that. Style. Foreground is all zeros. And then background is all 255. If we test this, it passes. Okay, perfect. Let's make this italic. I don't see why this wouldn't work, but you never know. Italic. True. There we go. Perfect. All right. What Rust is currently used for, like in business? I don't see an application where you couldn't use Rust. Like for instance, on where I work, we're using Rust for doing like a backend platform that talks to like a React front end. I I don't see a domain where you can't use Rust nowadays. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, now that we know that this is working, let's start thinking about moving everything that uses the cross term directly to write to this buffer. So let's see if we have stdout dot something. Here we have set cursor style. I think this one can be left alone for now. This guy, we need to redo the status line. But before I do that, let's see if we can render the buffer as is. So if we go to run, we used to do this draw, but what I want to do is do self.render. Let's create a method called render. Yes, and what this is going to do, this is basically going to draw the current render buffer to the terminal. So how do we do that? We're going to do stdout. Sorry, this has to be a mutable self. Then we're going to do self.stdout.q. We need to clear. So yes, I want to start importing those things. So let's see. Yes, but business is reasonable. Like there should be an ecosystem for application like web backend, for instance, cost of development, and so on. Yes, I know. And there, believe it or not, there's a lot in that space now for Rust. There's a lot for APIs. There's a lot for backends, for database, you name it. There's more and more companies adopting Rust. And the main thing is that you end up with safe code, with fast code. So I don't see a reason not to adopt Rust. So we're going to clear. We're going to move the cursor to 0, 0, like this. And then let's render the buffer. Okay, to render the buffer, we need to go through the buffer and just print that to the screen, right? Yeah, I think the only thing we need to account for is changing the color. So let's do let mute current style equals none. And then for for cell in self.render, it's not render buffer, just buffer. Buffer cells either. Set background color, set foreground color. I like that. And the current style, cell style. What do you use that shows the left hand? Hi, I love structs. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the one here? This here? Good question. Let me see. Let me show you what I'm using here in terms of that for Rust. Rust tools. I'm using Rust tools. What else? Oh, I think I'm using something on LSP that does that. I don't remember which one. So let me see here. Man, I don't even remember which one does this. Let's take another look at this closer. It's not LCP status, fidget. I don't remember if it comes from Rust tools. It seems common in Neovim because I've seen it a few times, but I use Sublime. So I want to see if there's something similar. I remember I had something very similar in VS Code. It was something about hints, not quite sure. But I think it comes basically for free when you use Rust tools in Neovim. It is for sure LSP, like Rust Analyzer feature. Analyzer display type for current line. Yeah, I remember that there used to be, if I go to VS Code and I open like this project, let's see here. If I go to red and I do code, there used to be this thing that annoyed the hell out of me. Let's go to editor, for instance. Hint, toggle hint. Yes, something I never liked was the hints. Let's the LSP do its thing. Yeah, those inline hints I never liked. Let me see if we have any here. But you see, even in VS Code, it's not showing the one after. type hints after the end of the line. Rust Analyzer VS Code. Maybe this one. Let's see. This is for Rust Analyzer. Let's see. Yeah, he's talking about exactly that. I think this is a NeoVim screenshot. But I think this is a good start if you want to check out this thread here. And I don't know how Sublime compares to VS Code extensions, but I think it has to do with some inline hints for sure. I used to use VS Code before, trying to learn Vim. Oh, it's in Windows. What I would recommend is you use WSL, and I don't know if you know about this already. Maybe you do. I love Westterm on Windows, better than Alacrity in my opinion. And let me see. So this is Westterm. And I use this a theme very similar to the one you're seeing I'm using here on iTerm. So if you want to do GitHub, fcody dot files. Is it dot files? No, I think it's config. There's a Westterm here. This is the configuration I have for it. It is made in Rust. That's why a few people know that there's another one built in Rust. Yeah, it supports splits, tabs. I love it. So if you want to use my config for that, I use it in Windows all the time because of splits and tabs. I never got used to Tmux. I can use Tmux or things like ZeliJ, but I much prefer a terminal that does that for me. So if you go like here, Westterm GitHub, yep, it's pretty cool. I'm telling you. If you look here, Rust, 99%. So I think that checkbox is checked with this one. All right, let's come back to our bread and butter here. So if we're rendering, we clear, we go cell by cell, we queue a set background color. I'm gonna leave this for now, even though I don't love it. And then let's do an OK here at the end. That's it. Let's see what happens if we try to run this now. Cannot be applied, 461. Oh, we need to implement partial EQ for style. So if we go here to theme, mod, we're gonna have to introduce here partial EQ. What about now? Let's see, cargo run. Let's go to our first issue here. Use of moved value on 460. 460. Moved value because it was moved where? In current style, current style, current style. Can we do ref? Like this maybe? Yes. Cannot move out of cell style. Can we do this? No. So we'll have to clone this guy. Same here. Okay, what about now? Oh, we have a to-do somewhere. Yes, we do. So let's go back to our run. Let's not draw anymore. Okay, this is horrible because it's doing nothing, but let's see what's going on. So we're doing this, current style, and then we're always printing C. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to start debugging, so let's do this. Log cell tail. Here we go. So what do we have here? Everything is empty. Why is that? Oh, because no, I don't know why. Oh, because we're not rendering anything to the, yeah, let's see. Run. Buffer. Yeah, we're not getting the viewport and putting that Yeah. We're missing the initialization of the initial. Let's some action, render. Yeah, we need the top. Let's think. Oh, we have a draw viewport. We have to call this guy, right? Yes. Let's go to render. Before rendering, we need to do self.draw viewport, like this. Let's try now. Unwrap an unknown value, 465. If this is something, background color, self style background unwrap. Yes, because style is an optional. Let's see. So when we're doing draw to viewport, what are we doing? Draw to viewport. We're printing this with a style, and a style is definitely a style. Set char with this style, set char. Okay, and then style.clone. Oh, as a matter of fact, we have it here. So why is it giving us... Let's see this again. Let's run this again. So, oh, background is none. Okay, and if we go to draw viewport, yes, because background can be none. All right, let's go to our render method again. If let sum bg equals cell style bg, then we set it. Same for foreground. If let sum fg equals to this, like that. And this is if we have some style. You know what? I think we don't need none here. What we can do is current style can be self dot theme dot style dot clone. We don't need to clone it, I think. And then we get rid of this and this, like that. And then we don't need sum here. We just set it to this, like that. And we don't even have to clone it. Expected value, found style, if cell current style here. And this can be, let's see. Check that out, it's working. Cool. All right, so we're successfully rendering the first line. Let's see if we can do the same for the gutter. Let's go to draw gutter. Here we use std out. Let's use the primitive that we created. So we're gonna do self.buffer.setText exactly. And here, instead of using this, I want to do default. And we no longer need to raise to throw an exception because we're no longer interacting with the standard out. So now we go to render, and we also draw the gutter. Why do we have this on the draw viewport? Do we use the result at all? Or is it just because, yeah, we don't need it anymore here either. Like that. Oh, we had the buffer, and that indeed can fail. Okay. Here we do need it. Let's run it again. There we have it. We have a gutter. That's awesome. I don't know why this piece here is not being rendered, but we'll get there. Let's see if we have like a larger buffer. That also works. Good. Okay. Now, Let's try to do the status line. This we're gonna have to do a revamp of the drawing of the status line. So let's do that. Let's remove that split. Actually, let's do that, and let's go to our theme mod. And what do we have? We're also gonna have a status line style, like that. Let's see where this breaks. This breaks here. Oh, on the parsing. Yeah, I see. So for now, what I'll do is the following. I'm gonna create a let status line style equals to, oh, but the status line is different, right? Because on the status line, we print different stuff. Like we print the mode and we print the position on the right and the file name here. So I think we need a new struct to handle that. Yeah, let's undo this. Let's delete this line for now. Let's leave this with an error. Let's go back to here and then status line style. We're gonna create a little struct for you, which is gonna be like this, derive debug, and then pub struct status line style. And then we're gonna have I'm gonna do something that I think one of the status lines for NeoVim does, maybe a little simpler. We're gonna do outer style. It's gonna be a style. And then we're gonna do outer chars. I'm gonna explain this in a second, but basically this is gonna be a U8 4. I don't know if we can do this, probably not. Okay, that works. And then inner style. And then inner, do we need inner chars? I don't think we do, but we will add it. You know what, let's just keep it like this for now. And then those characters are gonna be what precedes the outer stuff. So let me initialize this and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's just make the status line, instead of a style, a status line style. Let's go here back to VS Code and let's create a let status line style equals status line style, this. And then outer style is gonna be a style. We're gonna get to that soon. Let's just do default for default for now. Then let's do outer chars, and that's what I wanted to show. So basically the outer chars is gonna be, so imagine that we have this here, right? We have normal. So the left most character is gonna be a space. And actually, let me change this to a char. Yes. So it's gonna be a space. And then the character we use for the left one, which is basically this character here. Let me see if I can copy it. I think I can. Like that. And then the one that we use for this side, on the right-hand side. So let me copy this. Let's insert it here. And then the one that we use in the end. This would allow you to do, I don't know if you saw that before, but you can do like a round corner here and let, you know, the inner thing be whatever color you want. So that would allow for that. And I'm also thinking that maybe we need to make those strings, but I'm gonna leave it at this for now. And then the inner style is gonna be a style as well. And then default, just like that. I'm gonna edit this like this, and then token style, gutter style, and then status line style, like this. Okay, now that we got rid of the errors, let's copy what we have here. So for the outer, I think we're using black on this color with bold. So let's do that. Let's create the style. The foreground is gonna be something. The background is gonna be something. The bold is gonna be true. And then we're gonna do default. So let's grab this foreground color here. Let's yank it, paste it here, like that. Same for the background. Here, yank, paste. Okay, I think we got it for the outer style. Let's do the inner style. The inner style is what we use to print our file name. Where is that? Is this the one? Yes, this is the one. So here, this is the foreground. So foreground, this, and then background, it's gonna be this here. Yoink, and paste. Okay, and I think those, yes, those are, have to be some. Then here, we'll have to add some close brands. There, there, and there. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so now it's just a matter of replacing this with a generic part that does that but uses set text, right? Let's start that. So now we have to do self.buffer.set text, and then 0 self.size.1 minus 2. And then we're going to print, where were we printing the mode? Here. So yes, it's going to be the mode. And then theme status line outer style. That is correct. Cannot convert a U16. Yeah, this guy is a U16. So let's do as usize. Good. So here we printed the mode, and then we didn't print the preceding character, but I'm going to ignore that for now, basically, because I don't think we are using that. Unless I put it here. Would that work? No, that wouldn't work because we need to revert. Yeah, not worry about that for now. And then we need to print. So I think we handled everything here so far. We need to print this guy, but basically we need to print it with our background color on the background color of the inner. Yes, so let's do that. Self.buffer.set text. So basically we need to move to after the mode. So mode.len plus 1, right? And let's extract this to let y equals this, so except minus 2. So instead of this, let's do y. Here, y. And then we're going to print not the file, but instead self theme status line style outer chars 1 to string. That's it. And then same thing. Oh, we're going to have to create a new style. Because basically what we need to do, yes. So let's do style. Foreground is going to be the outer background. So self theme, yes. And then our background is going to be here is outer. Like that. And basically this is because we need to revert this. And this is going to go into the inner line. So you can see that the background here has to be the background of the inner line. That's why I'm doing this inversion. Okay, I think that's reasonable. There we go. Let's borrow. There we go. You can't convert this to a... Yes, I know. Good. So we took care of this part. Now we need to do the file name. So let's do that. So self.buffer. Oh, instead of set text, we could have like a shortcut, but that's fine. Let's do this for now. So it's going to be, no, it's going to be this. And then y. This is not correct. Well, all we need is, this is also not correct. Oh, this is going to be, I need to calculate this. And then here's going to be self theme status line style inner style, just like that. We just need to do X here. It's going to be mode.len +2, right? Because we're only printed one character above. And then this needs to be an str. And I think we're on the right track. Perfect. Now we're going to start rendering the ending here. So we need to fade into this position here. Let's do that. So now we're going to do something very similar to what we did here, but we're going to do the invert. No, it's exactly the same thing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to copy this and paste it here. And I think we took care, oh, hold on here. Yes, we have, that's perfect. We took care of this one. We're now on this one here. Yes. So now let's do self.buffer.setText. And now is the tricky one because I think we have the width calculated. Yeah, phi width. So we just need to add that. So it's going to be mode.len +2. Yes, exactly that. And unfortunately, this is not going to be the outer style. This is going to be this repeat here. So let me create here. Let transition style is going to be that guy. And then this is going to be transition style. We can paste this here. Replace like that. And then here's going to be transition style. I think that's right. Not quite sure. So we took care of this. And then, yes, we need to finally print the +3 plus, yes, phi width size. And we need to print pause. Like that. Okay, I think that's correct. And pause here is doing XY, but here in NeoVim we do YX, so I'm going to take the opportunity and change this to YX. There we go. And now we should call draw status line from render. Self.draw status line. Do we need to return a result? I don't think so. No. Delete. Oops. Like that. And then can get rid of this. Now it's time for us to test again. Let's see. Let's see. No, we're not seeing the status line. So we are messing something up. And I bet you it has to do with this break here. So let's investigate. Let's take a look at our buffer dimensions here. So we do width times height, right? So let's see what we're getting here. Log render buffer width is width, height is height. Let's do created cells with len. Nope, you can't do that. Created cells with len of this. Yes, now you can do that. Okay, tail. Let's see what else we have logs here. Let's do a little cleanup. We don't need this one. That's fine. I think the rest is fine. So buffer width is 92. Oh, we got a little further here. Is this a flushing issue? I think it is. I'm pretty sure this is a flushing issue. So render. Yeah, I don't think we're ever flushing what we write. std out move. Yeah, we forgot a flush here. Self std out flush. There we go. Okay, perfect. So now we can see how bad our rendition of this is. But at least it's something. Let's go to render status line, draw status line. So, okay. This is completely wrong, by the way. Starting here. So the outer style is not correct. This is not what I expected. I expected this. So let's do the following. Let's do a git diff master. Let's find where we were doing that, because I'm pretty sure something's off. So let's see here. Those were the colors we were doing before. So let me copy this. Like that. We have this here. Let's go back to Vim. Let's see. If we go to VS Code, we are creating this guy. So the outer style, here, what we're printing here, mode. So it has to be, oh, this is wrong. It's completely wrong. This is actually the background. I don't know where I got this from. This is wrong. And this is the background. And then the foreground is some color. I think we can do black here. No, black is not really black. Now I remember. R0, B0, G0, B0, like that. Can we do this in one line? I wouldn't mind. No. Okay, and then the inner style is the one we're rendering the file. So this is correct, and the background is correct. So maybe that's all. Let's see. Yes, that's looking a lot better. So let's go back here and see what we're doing. So we're doing, yeah, length. That's correct. We don't need to do +1 because length is already +1. Why do we have 2 now? Good question. No idea. But now here, what we're doing is this guy. Outer chars 1 to string. Perfect. Style foreground is the inner style. No, the outer style background. Like this. So now, okay. Why do we have this other one here? Did I left something behind? We'll see. So here, this is +1. And then, let me save this. There we go. Yeah, that is a leftover for sure. I don't know where I'm doing that, but we'll figure it out. So this is correct. Yeah, this is the wrong one here. Hold on. Was this supposed to be yes or no? No. This is leftover. Let's do this again. Okay, so all of this is correct. Now we need to start fixing those two. So here we're printing this with transition style, which is not correct. We need to do something on the lines of this guy. Not in the lines. I think we need to do exactly the same thing. Oh, is that what the transition style is? For yes. So now this is background. And this is transition background. Transition style. Like that. Now we need to fix this stuff. Here is 1, and here is 2. Let's try it again. Almost. This is not inner style, this is outer style. And we got it. Perfect. Okay, so the status line is being rendered correctly. Gotta love it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so I think all the elements of our screen are being properly rendered now. We can start thinking about redrawing this and doing the diffs and just rendering what needs to be rendered between refreshes. All right, let's do that. So we have render. Now we need to create render diff. Right? So we need to save the last buffer. So every time we render, we save the buffer. So let's go to editor. So buffer is rend buffer. Let's do last buffer is option render buffer. Like this. Right? Render diff. If self.lastBuffer.is, now we can do this. Let some buffer equals self.lastBuffer, else self.render return. Okay. Because if we don't have the last buffer, we need to draw the whole thing, right? We'll need to account for resizes as well. but we'll take a look at that soon. Do we need to return a result? I think so, because we're going to be doing stuff to std out. So let's just put an OK here at the end, like that. And yes, this has a semicolon at the end. All right, now we need to go through the buffer and get only the change set, right? So let's do the following. Let change set equals self.buffer.diff buffer. Let's call it less buffer. Yes, and then we're going to do, what is the change set? Is a bunch of cells. Let's see, cell. No, it's not a bunch of cells. It's a bunch of positions and cells, right? Yes. I think that's correct. Yeah, let's implement the diff first. So the diff doesn't exist. Let's generate it. And this is going to return, good question. So let's see. We're going to do the following. For cell in self dot cells, right? We need to keep track of X and Y. So let's do the following. Let's have the position in the buffer and the cell dot iterate, right? Not iterate, enumerate. It's not an iterator, no problem. We can make it one. Okay. And then we need to get let if, yes, cell, yes, is different than the last buffer position. That's fine. We need to return a vec of cell and position change. So let y is going to be pos divided by self with it. Does that work? I think it does. Yes, and then it is the modulo, yes, of self width. I like that. And then let's let mute changes is a vector. And then here we return changes. And then we do, that's it, like that. Yeah, we need to create change. And then we don't need those, right? We just need the cell. Sorry, guys, I was replying some text from my mom. So that's something that can't wait. Okay, so now we have this change. Let's do pub struct change. It's going to have, yes. Good. Can we do it like that? Or should we clone the cell? I think I'm going to clone it for now. Even though we don't need to, right? I'll try to do this. Let's see. Okay. What's the issue here? Binary operator cannot be applied to cell because we're not using partial EQ here. If you go back, right. Okay. No, that's fine. Let's see what the problem is. Yes, it's missing last buffer. Last buffer is none. Like that. What else? Cannot move out of self buffer. Render diff. If the last buffer is ref, use let, yeah, like this. And then the change set, we just need to do for change in change set. Yeah, basically this. And then do a self dot stdout dot flush like this. So let's go to our run. If quit, we do nothing, and then at the end here we do self dot render diff. I think this is right. Let's see. Yeah, we're not seeing the cursor, but let's see what happens if we reach line 16 now. We should scroll. Oh my God, it's working. God damn it. Check that out. Oh my God, I love this. All right, let's do self dot draw cursor. Oh, where do we do the cursor thingy? Move to set cursor style. Yes, where it's this being called. Oh, we moved to there. Okay. Let's do a method. Pub fn draw cursor. Mute self. Returns anyhow result. Yes, that's part of it, but I also want to set style like this. Do we need to flush? No, because we're flushing after. What's the problem here? Yeah. U16. That's it. Draw cursor. I like it. Let's go to run. Then we do render diff, and then we do self.draw cursor like this. What happens if we run now? No cursor. Because render has to render the cursor as well. Self.draw cursor. Check this out. This is awesome. No, I really can't believe that this is working. Wow. I wasn't expecting it to go this smooth, even though we spent an hour and 40 on this. And this is so much faster. I can show the difference real quick. Let's do this. Let's commit. Commit uses buffered output to improve performance. Git push. All right, and I think that's gonna be it. Let's go to master. I want to show you guys this in a full screen. Let me close this as well. Bye. Okay, let's check out master. No, not this guy. Yeah, let's do it here. cd red, run on editor. I don't know if it's gonna be, but look at how the cursor blinks when I scroll. You see that? It's the time that takes to render, right? Now let's go back to our performance branch and let's do run. Check this out now. It's so much faster. There's a problem with the rendering. We are still doing unnecessary calls to render diff, and the cursor is still blinking around. I think there's something still wrong, which we're gonna probably investigate next. But the way it is right now, I am very satisfied. Right? Yeah, we need to fix new line as well. Then you can undo. Perfect. All right. Okay, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. As always, if you are watching this on YouTube, I stream most days on Twitch. The link is down in the description. We have a new Discord channel. If you want to talk about this project, other projects, future projects, Rust in general, or programming in general, you're welcome to join. And yes, I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.